So welcome back again. So let us move on to the reproduction in taxus. So taxus is a dioecious plant. You know what is dioecious plant? Both male and female in separate plants. Okay. And the male reproductive part appear as strobilus and female appear as flowers. So first one we can discuss male, that is Microsporangiatus strobilus. I already told you this is look like an equisetum with peltatus sporangiophores. Okay. So it arises from the axilla foliage leaves, usually in the dwarf shoot, that bear about 10 decussate sterile leaves. Okay. And having a cone axis with symmetrical and perisporangiate microsporophylls. Okay. So microsporophylls, or you can call it as sporangiophores, and each sporangiophores bear about 6 to 8 sporangia. Okay. Sporangiophores or microsporophyll that bear sporangia. And mature cones, the color is pale yellow, and also in young cones the sporophylls are compactly arranged, and there are sterile scales that cover the microsporophylls. Okay. So sterile scales cover the microsporophylls, and young cone, that is pale yellow in color, there is microsporophyll or microsporangiophores in the axis. Clear? See, this is the image of the microsporophylls or the male strobilus. So each male strobilus, they look like the shape look like the polygonal and disc like. There is a disc like head, and that is peltate structure. I will show you the diagram. See. So like this. Each microsporophyll look like this with a short stalk. That is, head is peltate. Okay. And 6 to 8 microsporangia arises from the disc on its underside. So if it is the disc, you can see on its underside what is arranged, the that microspores. See here. Likewise, it is arising from the lower side. Okay. So numerous microspores are present. See, this is the image of the that pollen grains, that male flowers, and having the pollen grains. You can see the picture. Taxus pollen grains present here, and this is single pollen grain structure. Okay. And female flower. This is the female flower. So a vegetative should bear bud in the axil and that having a primary axis, and primary axis produce ovule. A secondary axis or a branch that produce the ovule. Okay. And ovule is sessile and orthotropous. That is very important. Erect ovule, sessile ovule, and having nucellus and integuments. So typical gymnospermous character, that is a single ovule. And integument is usually overgrow nucellus and form long micropylar canal. So usually what is happening? Nucellus, then integuments. Integuments leave an opening at the apex, that is micropyle. So what happens here is integument grow and extend up long way from nucellus and forming a long micropylar canal. Okay. Then integument is having fleshy layer and stony layer. See, this is the image of that ovule. You can see this is the covering integument, and this is a long micropylar structure, and these are the archegonia, female gametophyte produced inside, and the different layers present. This is a 10-pole, a structure produced in the embryo sac, and this is the archegonium, and lower portion the iridium. So I will tell you that. And the strobilus or ovule having a particular structure, that is an outgrowth that arises from base of the integument. See, these are the integuments. Base of the integument, a special structure arises, that's known as aril, or you can call it as cupule. What happens is, in the mature ovule, this aril grow around this and completely covered this structure. That is, it covers the entire structure and form like this when mature. Clear? So that's a red portion. So it is an extra envelope developed from the lower part of the integuments. So mature ovule containing female gametophyte, and the apex form tendipole. This is the female gametophyte. You can see the tendipole here. Okay, 3 to 12 archegonia also present. This is a structure. You see what is this? This outer cover, this is the aril, and this is the center ovule. Structure, see, very beautiful structure. At young condition it is like this color, and mature it become reddish color. Then seeds. Seeds are very thick, fleshy, with fleshy areoles around the seeds, and they develops in pre-pollinated ovule, and they grow full in size after post-pollination stages. So starting growth before pollination itself. Okay. Epidermis of areole exhibits several stomata also. That's important point. And in the younger condition it contains chlorophyll, and mature it contains tannins. Also important. Then areole is very important. There are various morphological interpretations to areoles. According to some scientists, this areole can be compared with a collar in ginkgo. In ginkgo, there is female ovule having a structure at the base, that is collar. Same structure present in the another coniferal member, Podocarpus, that is known as epimecium. And you can also compare this with the carpels in our angiosperm. Carpel, you know what is? Carpel in angiosperm. Or you can compare it as an oviliferous scale in coniferals. So these are the some of the similarities you can, or some of the comparisons with the other. That is the morphological nature of areole. So while discussing the taxales, you have to remember the term areole and its morphological similarity, and also how it is formed. Then let us move on to the uses or economic uses. So all parts of the taxus except the fleshy areole. Areole is fleshy red portion, that is poisonous. All other parts are economically important because they contain the alkaloids, mainly taxine A and B, ephedrine, etc., and taxiphyllene, etc. And people use the bark and branch tips, etc., as medicine. And very important point is the that main paclitaxel or Taxol. That is a drug usually given for cancer, breast and ovarian cancer. And recently some reports in India from the Taxus baccata, that some I think Dabur Ayurvedics, they got a patent regarding the medicine from the Taxus baccata for treatment of cancer. And there are, by using this, there are some precautions you have to take, because its poisonous part is there, even though it is using for promoting menstruation and abortion, etc. And treating certain parasite infections, and also it is used there. And there are some more scientific evidence to come to prove all these traditional uses. Then the chemicals in this plant is usually highly toxic. They are toxic to heart cells also. So, some deaths also reported while eating the Taxus areole. So, that much about the economic importance. So, Taxus baccata is very significant, very important species. And Taxus family, Taxaceae and the genera Taxus is very much significant. Economic uses are the morphological nature of areole is the female, or that ovule is there, everything you have to study. That's entirely different structure and different nature of the fruits and all parts. So study well and have a nice day. Thank you.